My name's Jennifer Goss Ritchie. I'm married now. I've been married for 14 years to Spencer Ritchie. And we have two children, two boys, Blaine and Bryce. They are 7 and 4. And we live in, grew up in the Eaton area, but we now live in Bright, Indiana, which is where my husband's from. His family, he grew up about 3 miles from where we built our home.
My name is Christy Bibbs, and Jenny and I have been friends since kindergarten, so I guess we were like 5 years old, and have been friends ever since then. We are now 39, so 34 years we've known each other.
I started having some back pain. I had back pain for probably about 6 months, kind of just went on. We were building a house. We'd moved to a rental from our other house. I thought I probably pulled something in my back. You just kind of let it go. And then I had an area of my breast that went numb, so I kind of started getting concerned that the two are related. Went to the doctor, and he ordered a mammogram. Mammogram came back fine. I was still continuing to have the back pain, so he was going to go ahead and refer me on to a neurologist. And before I even saw the neurologist, he had recommended getting an MRI of my back. So I went and had the MRI of my back done, and it came back and showed I had a spot on my lung that the radiologist initially thought was pneumonia. Well, with not having any of the symptoms of pneumonia, my medical doctor was kind of concerned that it was something else. So he went ahead and referred me on to the pulmonologist. And the pulmonologist did a biopsy, and it came back that it was cancer. And then from there, he wanted to order a PET scan to make sure there wasn't anything anywhere else. And when they did the PET scan, they found a spot on my kidney and a spot on my tailbone also. Following those results, then the pulmonologist went ahead and referred me on to an oncologist, and I saw an oncologist in Muncie. And that's actually when we found out that I had the spot. He's the one who actually told me, went through the whole report of the PET scan, that it showed the spot on the kidney. They were trying to figure out where the primary was because they had no idea where it had started. They wanted to do some genetic testing and some different stem cell stuff. So he gave me the results, and the results he gave us were pretty much kind of didn't leave us with much hope. He was basically like, you're stage 4, we can start you with the basic chemo. So that was pretty devastating. So we went home, thought about that, and my husband had been started doing research immediately on somewhere else to go. And the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, he had called up and talked to them and done a lot of research online, and decided that if I was willing to go there just to see what they had to offer me. So we went up there, and we went through about 4 or 5 days of doing some different testing, doing some scopes. They just kind of wanted to do a full, make sure everything, the colon, everything was okay, and doing all that. And then basically after they do all that, and you meet with all the different doctors and oncologists that specialize in each, like there's an oncologist that specializes in every type of cancer there. So after meeting with all of them and then them telling me what my treatment plan was, then it was our choice to decide whether we wanted to stay there and go with treatment or not. And at that point we had decided we were going to, so we stayed. We were there for 10 days the first time. Went through my first round of chemo, and go back ever since now. So that's kind of how it started.
When I got the call from Jenny, she had told me that she had lung and kidney cancer, and I thought immediately, this cannot be happening to my best friend. My dad passed away in 2005 with lung cancer, so it really hit home with me. And I just immediately, I wanted to be there with Jenny, and I knew, her living an hour away from me. At the moment, I just wished I could just snap my fingers and be there with her, just to give her a hug. And as we talked, she kind of told me, what kind of things that they were going to do treatment-wise, and that she'd be going to the Chicago Cancer Center, and that they would be starting chemo on her immediately. And from that day forward, I prayed every day. I still pray every day. I think of her and her husband and their two little boys. And it just it kills me because, I mean, we're only 39 years old and no one, I want to say someone at 39 shouldn't be going through something like this, but no one should have to go through this. And my heart just hurts when I think about it. And I just know that Jenny's a fighter, and I know that she'll get through this, and I know she'll beat this. And I truly believe that in my heart, that God has got his hands on her, and he's going to get her through this.
They started out with doing 3 treatments, do a scan, 3 treatments. That's kind of like a 6-treatment plan is how they kind of worked. The oncologist said, have 3 treatments, have a scan. I did that. The cancer was shrinking in the lung and the kidney. The spot on the tailbone had pretty much resolved. It didn't even show up on the scans. So I had 3 more treatments and had a scan. And then at that point, the spot on the kidney was still shrinking, but the spot on my lung had grown back to the normal size, back to the original size. So they decided to change my chemo. My first chemo, the drugs they gave me made me sick. I didn't lose my hair, but it made me sick. So then when they switched the drug, then when I started a different chemo drugs, when I started losing my hair, you trade one side effect for another side effect. And I will have had my 3rd treatment in 2 weeks. I'll have my 3rd treatment on these particular drugs, and I'll have a scan again. And then we'll see at that point if the lung is shrinking from this particular drug. And then we'll kind of go from there. I'll have another 3 treatments, and then we'll do a scan, and we're just kind of going from there.
Immediately after finding out that Jenny had the cancer, I wanted to bring all of our friends together that we went to school with and family members. And I knew that she had to make trips to Chicago and that was going to be hard on her family and her husband taking that time off work. And so I reached out to everybody that we went to school with on Facebook to get donations to put a basket together for Jenny. And over a couple weeks' time, I was receiving mail on the daily basis in the mailbox at home, just with letters from friends, with their support, money that people wanted to donate. We actually end up donating over $500, where we bought restaurant gift cards, gas gift cards. We put a big basket of stuff together for Jenny that included Bath and Body lotions, a scarf, some footies, a candle, just some things that would make Jenny feel good. And me and my daughters, we went to her house one evening and delivered it to her. And that was a cool experience especially for my girls, to be able to see that we had such caring friends that we went to school with that was able to donate.
I will say what has got me through all this, staying strong and believing I'm gonna kick its butt, is because of family and friends. Obviously, I mean, I have great family support, great support from my friends. My boys, I look at their faces every day and think I have to be here for them. I want to see them grow up, and my husband doesn't want to do it alone. So I've got to stay strong for him and stay strong for my kids and show them I can do this. I would just say, for anybody who is going through this journey or getting ready to go through this journey, anytime anybody offers any type of help, support, take it. Everybody just wants to help. I mean, I've had so many people reach out that, what can I do? What can I, how can I help? Can I cook you dinner? Can I do this? And just don't say no. Say yes. Let anybody help you, because all the support you get is what helps me get through every day, is knowing that I have friends, my friends to count on to call, or family to call if I need anybody to talk to. somebody to cry to. And my kids even are there. I mean, even my oldest knows. He knows. He's like, Mom, it's going to be okay. He tells me, you can do this. They know when I go up there to get treatment, to get my chemo, that I'm doing it because I'm getting better. Every time I get my medicine, they know I'm getting better. To summarize this whole journey, I would say, I never thought cancer could happen to me. I know everybody thinks it's never going to happen to them. It's always going to be the other person. And it can happen to you. And when it does, it's just not something you expect, but fight and take all the support you can get, and don't give up hope. And I'm gonna beat this.